All right, good morning, everybody. It's funny because I'm asked occasionally to help out with these sorts of things, and these program committees never really know the mistake that they're making until afterwards. And so we're going to continue with that tradition. When I was looking at the program and trying to understand a little bit about what we were launching this morning and what we were going to talk about, I actually started reflecting a little bit on aging. My knees are starting to hurt. I'm using reading glasses more often than not. I can't see this silly screen on my telephone anymore without doing this. And then I wondered if the same thing was happening to CIAT, okay? Are we in a situation now where our knees are hurting, we're moving a little slower? And I started thinking a little bit about what it means when you're an organization and what happens as an organization ages and whether an organization actually ages. And so in order to contextualize aging, I thought, what are some examples of changes through time? And if we think about a puppy, everybody loves the puppy when it's young. But what happens when the puppy is a little bit older and a little bit sadder and moves a little bit slower? There's still a handful of folks out there that love this puppy that was once a puppy, but the number of people that are actually keen to engage with our once puppy has gone down. Similarly, in ecosystems. Ecosystems tend to have this sort of very young, vibrant, fecund stage. They tend to create their own little microcosms around the plants. But what happens in ecosystems when they age and become decadent? There's still some productivity, but the productivity tends to slow down, okay? This is a bristlecone pine, one of the oldest trees in the world. It's still growing. It's not dead, but we wonder if it's, how productive things really are. And I kept thinking, does this relate to an organization? What about a building? Buildings start off modern and new and decadent. What happens over time with buildings? Same sort of thing, okay? And I kept coming up with these examples after examples of aging not being very complementary to the subject being aged. And then I started thinking a little bit more about CIAT. And I thought, does CIAT have the same characteristic, or is CIAT something fundamentally different? And I started looking around and started thinking a little bit about those around me, the colleagues that I work with, the interview I had when I started here, and how impressed I was with the generation of scientists and the multiple generations of scientists that were working together. Now, strangely enough, as I was thinking about this, I look across the room, and there's my daughter, 13 years old, breeding dragons. She's developing new caves, new environments in which her dragons are supposed to be bred in order to develop new strains of dragons. And I thought, actually, Lily, you're doing Joe's job. You could come to CIAT and do Joe's job. Because that's really what Joe's doing. He's breeding some dragons. He's working with a lot of people, making a few caves here and there. And creating new things from combinations of things that didn't really exist before. But that's where I got caught up. That was actually, that last point was the thing that motivated my entire thinking about this program that we have in front of us right now. And it's really about the dragons that we're breeding here at CIAT and whether or not we have the right caves in place, the right combinations of ingredients. This is the thing, Joe, if you'd like to talk to Lily, I can give you her WhatsApp. This is the thing that Lily's really aced. She knows how to make these new environments, to make these new dragons. And I thought, okay, are we really doing that at CIAT? Are we combining across research areas? Are we combining across DAPA and Ag Bio? Are we combining across soils, DAPA, Ag Bio, putting it all together and really looking at the big picture and the big set of opportunities? And I did a survey, informal and in my mind, it was a quiet evening, and saw a handful of this, but also saw a ton of possibility. And ultimately, we have this effort that we've been promoting for quite some time now, this idea of Future Seed. And the Future Seed really is the most awesome dragon breeding cave ever, because it truly combines all of the areas at CIAT and really sets the stage for a forward-looking view that's fundamentally different than the one that we've had. So to answer the questions, do organizations age? Yes, they do. But they are also constantly evolving, constantly reforming. This is the thing that we've been hearing about. Tom Reardon made the point. You compete away your profits. In a sense, we're doing the same thing. But that means we need to redefine the niche. And we have an opportunity here now, with these conversations today, to start redefining the niche. We have a handful of really potent speakers, and even more important, some critics. Some people who are going to come in and offer their perspective. And for those of you who are paired up with your various speakers, know that your job today is to really advance the dialogue. And I'm going to be helping you do that.